ZX Forums. This is story time with the ZX Predator, Alex Lexus, Heavy the Phantom in full effect. And I want to give you a little bit of story time. Let me sit on Zeus right now. So, long story short, had a little dilemma today. I had to take a quick intermission because my neighbor is mowing his lawn while I'm doing my video. But in any case, I got on Zeus today. I was with my team, and I'm gonna give you some backstory. I was on military duty at Fort Lee, like May into April. Alright? Now, in that, I was just leaving. I was on I-95. I think I had just fueled up, and you know, if you're driving through Virginia, be very careful because they are a zero tolerant state for speed. So I was just educated on this today, and I'm gonna tie this all in. So I'm going through Virginia. I'm on my way back, and because I was pulled over for so long, the day that I was returning to my home of record from the military installation, Fort Lee, I was supposed to go to my organic unit, my home unit, to take care of some admin paperwork, or S1. So that didn't happen because I was already like on edge in that state. Now, mind you, going back, there was someone I was seeing many moons ago, and I went to see her family in North Carolina, going through Virginia, obviously. The same thing happened in the same place. So I feel like it's a damn trap, especially for out-of-state drivers who are going to be inconvenienced to go back down to actually, you know, appear in court. So luckily New Jersey doesn't have points or anything that transfers in and out between Virginia and my home of record. So with that being said, that asshat freaking trooper gave me like a ticket, and yeah, they're zero tolerant. It is what it is. You know, trying to get me for reckless, and I had military gear in there. Like, how fast could I have been going? I'm not gonna go into details, but with that being said, I ended up paying like close to like 6 to 7, not quite 700, but I paid a hefty ticket, which kind of set me back for getting power commander and all that stuff. Now that kind of took out of my bike funds. So with that being said, no warning, no nothing. Now today, I was upstate New York, did Bear Mountain, Catskills, all that. I'm coming back, and if I make a mistake, I'm gonna own it. I was in the wrong. I was 100% like. It's something from Hollywood's video. If you go check out his channel, but I've been giving him big shout outs, and also keep him in your prayers. You know, going through some things, but I'm not at liberty to talk about them. But you know, he can sure use your prayers. I'll put a link in the description below. But something he said where it's like, you know what? Sometimes, for me, you know, I have too much to lose, military-wise, my job and all that, to run and make things worse. So I'm not gonna run if I can help it, you know what I mean? But let me tell you this, like that dude in Virginia, you wonder why some riders run, because you're gonna like slap them with all these tickets and really like inconvenience them or put them in a major bind. Now granted, don't do the crime if you can't do the time or the punishment, and I get it, but trying to put someone in a guillotine, like, that's why riders run. So if any law enforcement are checking this out, consider that when you see a rider take off. Now, wrong is wrong, right is right. But, like, man. Now, shout out to that state trooper that I saw on the Garden State Parkway that pulled me over. I was in the wrong. I was rushing to get home to take care of something. You know, luckily everything is resolved now, so I'm doing this video to kind of give like the Predator story time. But he was understanding. He was being a human being about it, you know. So I told him, hey, this is what's happening. I apologize. And the fact that I pulled over saved me. Not just that I'm military or whatnot, but it's like, well, damn, you know, those of you in law enforcement and all that, you know, consider like if the operator of the motorcycle or vehicle, they're being jerks, okay, get them. But I was sincere. I told them, look, I already know. I apologize. You know, I was prepared to take the ticket, even though I was like, well, damn, that's gonna be another speeding thing I have to deal with. I'm like, well, damn, what's gonna happen now? So he was a human being. He took care of me. You know, he's just like, what branch of service are you in, and all that. And like I said, when I got messed up in PA, I don't use that as a way to get out of jail free card, because you know what, I'm a citizen like you, you know, civilian like you guys, but I'm also a soldier, and you know, they cut me a break for what I was caught doing. I should have been, I was actually asking for it in the sense, because you know, I shouldn't be given special treatment, but I got off with a warning. When I was in VA, I should have got off with a warning. PA, I should have got off with a warning. But my home state, shout out to the New Jersey State Troopers for not being jerks like that, because a lot of people are out there just being indifferent. So, with that being said, if anything, sometimes it doesn't pay to run. You know what I mean? If you pull over, they'll probably give you, I mean, I'm not a saint, but I'm not a jerk either. I got pulled over one time on Route 78 going to work when I used to work for a company out in Bridgewater. This same thing. This trooper, I told him I was late for work. I was on Lola over there, and I took off. Right? I wasn't that much over, but he just told me, "Do you know how fast you were going?" And I said, "Look, I pulled over. I was ready to take my medicine, but it worked out for me." So sometimes you got to balance out. Is it worth it? You know, you run, it can be like really bad for you. But then, shout out to my friend Christian. He stopped, and then they impound his bike. He was on a permit. All kinds of crazy stuff. Like, why do that? So some of you who are wondering why, like, word travels. You know what I mean? Some of you who do that reinforce why people run. You know, but it's just like a balance of, hey, if you're wrong, pull over, and don't try to put them in a guillotine. That's all I got. And the ZX Predator, Alex Lexus with my ZX14 Zeus. That's Predator story time. Sub to the channel. I'll see y'all later. Peace.